Kaunas Europos kultūros sostinė 2022 programos dalis.
Another thing to mention, I think, is interesting, and this is kind of the area where Chris becomes, the master of ceremonies, is we have the reality, and we can all picture a dinner with conflict. Everyone has lived something like this. Sometimes the conflict is extremely obvious, and sometimes it operates like a quiet river underneath. And so we translate some of those situations into a theatrical format. So we're lifting what we feel is the action underneath the story, although a lot of it is quite explicit, but it gets shaped into a piece of theater, and we don't get stuck in the naturalism in absolute terms in the way that we present it.
I think that's perfectly said. I think the job is to really kind of present four compelling advocates for the positions of their characters and find the places in which they're dynamically juxtaposed, and in which, I think when we're taking raw material in life and we're making any kind of art, we're looking to create meaning out of it. So we're looking for conflict, yes, but we're also looking for change over time. We're looking for states of being that how do things actually change for the participants? Do they change? Where does the theme of polarization and the problems and opportunity that arrive out of difference, how did that particular dinner explore that problem? So yeah, we don't get overly hung up on a faithful representation, photographic representation of what occurred. We try to go to the core truth of what happened on the night and its relevance to the society that's experiencing it.
And all that by using exactly the verbatim text that we have been given by the dinner. So it's combining those two things.
And we talk a lot about, there's also a lot of conversations amongst the people that were at the dinner and then watching the dinner about what they saw and how they interpreted what somebody said or what they did or what they didn't say. And so there is a whole period, especially in the early rehearsal process, where we're debating what actually occurred, what that person actually meant, to try to get at a more and more refined understanding of what the essential truth is of that moment or that statement. And we end up usually doing that right up until, the day in which we open the show.
Right.
And that's part of the fun of it is, thinking about people and how they are and what they mean.
The dinners themselves are quite entertaining. Alex and I have hosted several. But again, in the cases where we aren't hosting or moderating, well, we spy on them. There's a hidden room usually where there's a closed circuit television, and because we have to see what actually happened, so we watch it. The participants don't know we're there. We're the kind of secret Canadians, and there's a translator, and then so it's quite fun to watch. It's like watching. Not a sporting event necessarily, but well, maybe a bit like a sporting event because we don't know what the outcome's going to be. So it's kind of like that, yeah.